Working. It's working! It's alive! Is this working? It's working! Okay. Hello, my name's Johnny, and today I thought I'd do something a little bit different, not like a review like my last videos have been. Today I'm going to have more of a discussion and a look at some pedals on my pedal board. I am a lover of preamps. This is my second Sansamp, had an MXR, and I've now had two Darkglasses as well. I just think it really brings out your playing, brings out everything out of the amp, out of the bass, extra bit of spice on top, which really makes it stand out in a mix as well. Darkglass, the kings of distortion, Sansamp, you know, long reigning champions of that trebly presence. My thing I want to talk about today was combining two preamps. Years ago I owned a Sansamp and I sold it for a Darkglass B7K. I love the distortion sound, of course, it's what it specialises in, but I really didn't like the clean sound of my amp so much. I really miss that classic Sansamp sound. So I ended up not keeping the Darkglass. But then I got an MXR because it had the built-in distortion. It just didn't have the same sound, so I went back to a Sansamp again. A couple of different distortions, used the Sansamp as a distortion. I used another distortion pedal. Just wanted more. So I've ended up going back to Darkglass again. Now, I decided to go for the Microtubes X Ultra. I just loved the way you could dial in the low end and compress it as well. I used to have a whole dual distortion set up on my board with an Octaver and a Boss LS2, you know, the line selector, and that was great. That was really fab, but bassist fatigue just set in and I just wanted to change it up and simplify the board. Got the Darkglass in January, but then I just couldn't get on with the clean sound. I definitely wanted a clean sound and a dirty sound. I got the Darkglass with the intention of getting rid of the Sansamp, but then I just liked them together. Years ago I saw somebody running them together and I always thought, do you really need to do that? That seems a bit much, like surely you don't need that. But I totally get it now. So when I was looking for the Darkglass on YouTube and things like that, I never saw anyone pairing it up in a situation like this. So I thought I would do the honourable thing and let everyone in the world of YouTube see what that sounds like. See what that sounds like? Hear what that sounds like. So I'll do a quick run through of the board itself. So it's starting off, obviously I'm going in through my trusty tuner, the Korg Pitch Black, which I think is absolutely incredible. I rate it higher than the Boss, if I'm honest. Then I've always got compression on, so I've got a little bit of, I'm going down a bit, a little bit of compression gain on the EBS multi-comp. From there, going into the Sansamp, where I've got clean, a dirty, and I did call it sub because I did one with like less treble and just a subby sound. But now I just call it like sub as in like substitute. So I use two different basses. So if I'm hitting them, I've no chance of hitting the other. From there, it goes into the Darkglass, and from there it goes into the from the Darkglass, then it goes into the bass chorus, and from the chorus the BBE Sonic Stomp, which I kind of use more as a string. I call it a string reviver. Just because I bring the treble up on this a bit and it just makes it a bit tighter, a bit nicer and a bit punchier. So if I've got strings that are a bit dead, I'll punch in a bit of that. For this video, I'm not going to use it at all to colour the sound. And then into a noise suppressor, just because sometimes you can get quite a lot of noise from pedals. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the subsection on this one, is using all of these current setups. I'm going to try two different things today. So at the minute, I've got it running straight out of the pedal board and into the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 behind me there. Now that's just going straight in. That's not a traditional way of recording bass. Normally you use a DI, but I always find that that's just how I get the most lively sound. That's my favourite sound when recording myself at home in my minimal setup. I've also got the DI running from the Darkglass here. See my toes touching it? Oi, oi! With the cab sim on. So we're going to see a comparison between those two as well. So this is going to be an incredibly awkward video. I'm really cramped here. I've got my light right here. I've got a camera here. I've got this setup here with a XLR which is about this long, so you can't really see it. Whoop, but there's a cable going here, so I cannot knock it. I'm going to be turning around looking at this. It's going to be mad, but bear with me. Let's just hear what these settings on the Sansamp sound like. So I like everything kind of. I'm really bad. Just 12 o'clock, a little bit of a boost. Yeah, that's a little bit over 12 o'clock. That's the secret, everyone. That's the secret to tone. You just 12 o'clock, a little bit over. Beautiful. So I'm running through a Mexican Fender jazz bass. This jazz bass actually has a Jaguar neck, stock pickups, everything on full. Just the Sansamp going straight in the direct into the Focusrite. Cool. So now I'm going to go just the Darkglass. So a bit of a mid scoop on this. You know, I'm not going to fiddle around too much with the knobs. I'm going to do more just a comparison of the two together, generic sound of my favourite sound. It's probably not helpful to you at all, but you know, I don't care. So this is just the Darkglass going straight in. So for me, I just way prefer the sound of that Sansamp. Let's try it now with the Darkglass and the distortion. Cool. So now we're going to go for the Sansamp. Well, let's hear the Sansamp distortion setting I've got on here. It's not the best, I don't think, but it does the job. So now let's hear both the Sansamp and the Darkglass. So now switched over, so we're using the DI out on the Darkglass, and we're gonna have a listen to how the cab sim sounds with Sansamp through it as well. Okay, so put the Sansamp in. Just the Darkglass. And then let's add some distortion to the Darkglass. And now let's go Sansamp and Darkglass. And then finally, distortion from the Darkglass and the Sansamp. let me know which sound you prefer in the comment section below. That'd be really interesting to know. Overall, for recording sound, I think I just like the Sansamp by itself for a clean sound, but for the distortion, I need the Darkglass. It's so good. So yeah, I won't be getting rid of either anytime soon, I don't think. No. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end, well done. Good for you. You win a medal. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that button and it will really help me out. You can also follow me on Instagram and all that jazz. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time.